Despite the challenges you face every day, you'll be convinced there is love after. Love After promises to help every reader overcome their pain, hurt, trauma, betrayals, and insecurities.
It's a lot.
There's love after this divorce. There's love after this depression. There's love after your suicidal thought of not feeling like life is worth living anymore. There's love after that. And the minute you get on your feet, somebody else needs to hear this testimony that
The
there's
event
love after.
featured a short documentary about Jacinth's life, a motivational presentation, and Valentine-themed reception which included refreshments, free gift bag with Love After book, and more.
This one is for the book. 176.
I met Jacinth a couple of years ago on set of a movie, Diary of a Badman, where she played the lead actress, where she killed that role, for those of you who have seen it. And if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on Amazon now. So I met her on set, and we've been joined at the hip ever since. We've traveled the world pretty much together. We won awards together. We've gone everywhere from LA to St. Lucia. And it's been just a journey. She's been my confidant, and she's been one of my best friends. And I'm just happy to celebrate her tonight.
The biggest thing that I hear from my clients, and I think is the fear of breaking up, is really the fear, this universal fear of being single.
I remember a year ago, you called me up and you said, "Sis, God dropped something in my spirit." And everybody who knows Jacinth knows that if God drops something in her spirit, she has to listen. You gotta be obedient, and he told her she needed to write a book.
I wanted to do Love After to help someone else to turn their pain into their purpose, to turn their trials and tribulation into their testimony, to pay it forward like I have. And Love After, I did not know Love After was going to require so much transparency, so much vulnerability, and so much of allowing you guys to see me bleed out loud. And that was very hard for me, because there were times I was writing the book and I'm downloading, and sometimes, I'm waking up at 5 o'clock, and as soon as something dropped in my spirit, I have to write about it. And there were certain things that I was writing and I was deleting because I was afraid. I'm like, I can't let nobody find this out. Not even my family knows. And I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't be at peace because I was being stubborn. And I had to put it back, and I'm like, you know what? My purpose is not about me. My purpose is to edify others outside of myself.
The question is like, why is everyone so afraid of being alone? And in today's culture of just this instant connection and instant companionship and instant choices, it's so easy to keep putting off this experience of yourself. And the biggest thing that I have found for people is that after a breakup, the fear becomes, losing your future. Thinking that the only way you have a future is if you're tied towards someone
I
else.
see a lot of potential in her when she was young.
Very determined little girl. Always knew what she wanted from she was very young.
Jacinth Headlam, trust me, model, actress, producer, the list goes on and on and on. Now, Arthur, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this moment and milestone with me. I'm honored, man.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the book.
Well, like you said, I'm a mom, I'm a model, I'm an author, producer. A lot of people know me from Diary of a Badman, which was a film that was in the movie theater, which I was a producer and an actress, leading actress. I'm just here walking in my purpose and trying to pave the way, and so I can help others to do the same.
And where are you from, like born?
Born and raised at Jamaica. I come from St. Mary, Richmond, St. Mary, born and raised, you don't know.
So yeah, speaky, spokey, so you never said that from a long time.
You know what I'm saying? I me come from, man.
True, man. So how it all begins, as an artist from Jamaica, or since you're here? You're living here in the US now,
Yes,
right?
I live here in the States.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when it all begins for you, when did you know that I really want to go into the book, artist and the good stuff?
Actually, if you had asked me a couple years ago if I was going to be an author, I would say no. That's something I stumbled up on in terms of going through my journey of healing and restoration and trying to find my purpose. And then finding my purpose I was like, I can use my pain into my purpose, and I can use my testimony to help someone else. And that's how come I started to journal, and the book came from that. And just helping people to find their purpose, how to find your identity, how to find your voice, how to come to a place of healing and restoration. Because I feel like you can't go to the next level and the next season in your life unless you're able to deal with certain things at the surface. Before someone picks up a gun to shoot themselves, it's all mental. Before you become addicted to anything, it's all mental. So I had to drastically change my mindset. So anything I can think of, whether it was putting stuff on my wall, or Post-it notes, or vision boards, or putting it under my cup, like I feel like throwing this cup across the room. Okay, you're right. I'm looking under it. You are enough.
When you stay too long and you run the love into the ground, and you end up not really resenting the person as much as you resent yourself for not being able to care enough about yourself to leave, or care enough about the love that you had to know when to let go. And so a year ago, it was the first time that I did something that I had promised myself, which was I would leave when I knew that it was the right thing for both of us.
He was physically abusive to my mom. I'm talking about like pulling knife on her, trying to take her life in front of me. Come home drunk and high. He was in and out of jail. Sometimes I had to get involved, and I remember the last time he was on top of my mom beating her, and I ran and tried to get the biggest thing I can take, which was a frying pan, and I hit him upside the head and trying to jump on him, trying to take him off my mom, and then I had to call 911, and there were times where she just laying on the floor. I salute you, mommy. Growing up and not seeing a healthy relationship, it does affect your outlook on marriages. It does affect how you choose a spouse.
You said in the book, Jacinth, it is not selfish to put yourself first and to make yourself a priority. Don't allow others to make you feel guilty for prioritizing your well-being and your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. So make yourself a priority, people.
Love after is pretty much saying after you fall, after you've lost everything, rock bottom, that love after is within yourself. It's not about romantic love or anything, it's self-love, self-empowerment. And for me, love after was taking my power back. Love after for me was saying I am enough. And this is my time, and my time is now. So I want to be able to encourage someone else to get your power back and to know that you are enough.
Come chat with me.